Y'all, you know, I'm trying.
I see how it's gonna go.
You see how it's going, Doctor?
Yes. Yes.
But that's okay. Hold on. I'm gonna mute me, and I think y'all should be okay because here's what's happening, y'all. You see, them celibacy come through carelessness, but it's all right. So our guest tonight, Dr.
Leonie, what's up? What's up? I'm sorry. I had to say one more shot, but
no shout outs right now. Everybody understand? Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
It was her birthday too. So happy birthday.
So we okay. Everybody tune in. We're about to have a very important interview.
Yeah.
If you could all be patient.
Y'all don't wave at me or nothing right now because I can't be.
And if we wave, we're gonna cut you off because we Trigger Bashment. What's up? I'm sorry.
See, there you go. There you go.
I'm joking.
That's what happened to me.
So first of all, we want to remind you that Trigger, you need to take a flight down on the 28th of January. See, I'm muted. I don't know what's going on. I still hear my echo. On the 28th of January, we are Reds is having his annual birthday party at Vibes Nightclub. So make sure you meet us there. There's no coloring this time. There's no theme. It's just come as you are.
Yeah.
Well, come dressed because when come. Sometimes we say come as you are, and you know some Caribbean folks we get carried away.
Come looking decent, okay?
That still don't help. That still don't help sometimes.
That's not just Caribbean people.
That's not all right now. Okay, so yes, let's start.
I gotta take my coat off.
I'm getting feeling hot.
Yeah.
Let's try this. I am inspired. So I'm gonna read a little bit of her bio because y'all know how I do this. I do my research. It says humble, authentic, supportive. These are just a few words to describe Marcia Credo. Did I pronounce that?
Yes, you did.
Thank you.
She got fancy, y'all.
Yeah, I got Credo. As an educator, an author, motivational speaker, an inspirational coach, and founder and CEO of Credo Inspired Enterprises, Marcia has made her conviction her mission. There's not much more I can say. Welcome to the show, Dr. Credo. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I feel like a star around.
You are a star around. I checked out your website.
You're the brightest star in the sky right now.
Boss! You are a star. We're going to focus.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you real quick on my feed.
She is a star.
I'm going to show you Lawrence. I'm going to show you
Yes. Don't show Lawrence. Don't show Lawrence. You can't show Lawrence right now.
Let me show you the whole room.
Oh my gosh. So welcome to the show, Dr. Credo. So your bio says that through your life you felt a persistent burden and responsibility towards women and their life journeys, right? It also says this is a deep-seated passion and prayer in your heart and was finally manifested in 2017.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit of how that was manifested in 2017.
Sure.
I like those glasses.
Thank
See, we take
you.
it. I get so.
Thank you.
Don't come in anything cute or anything red. Now I'm going to be totally.
I got some. I'm gonna send it back in.
Yeah,
I got
thank
something
you.
for you. Yes.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
But my journey or really answering the call on my life came in 2017. I tell the story. I was walking in the building, running a tad bit behind, just a tad bit. And I said to a colleague, "Hey, how you doing? You know how we do."
Yeah.
And she said, "I'm not doing well." And I was at first saying, well, I'm already late, so. But then I said, you know what? The Holy Spirit convicted me and said, stop and talk with her. And we talked, we prayed, we helped each other make it through the day. And after that, I asked her if I could send her just some little inspirational notes, just to keep her spirits up. And when I did that, she started sharing it with people who started sharing it with people who started sharing it with people.
Nice.
And that's the way my ministry, I look at it now, it really is a ministry. And that's the way my ministry grew. And it got to the point that my sister-in-law, I have to give her a shout out, she said, you know, all these things that you're sending, that's a book. And that's how my first book was written.
So tell us about your new book. Your first book.
My first book.
Because you have many books.
Oh.
Because, well, you know what? This is what we call a great interview because, see, Candy, I've had my notes. And if you see, it moves on to author. See?
Okay.
Because this is what I do.
You are amazing.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I know. Thank you. And so are you. Because you have to go and check out her website. I won't give the website yet because it's her interview. It's her interview. So tell us about your books, but your first book first.
The first book is called 60 Days of Inspiration, Encouragement, and Empowerment for Women. I am my sister's keeper.
You are.
And thank you. And I really am. And it's just vignettes about things that happen to us.
Hold on. Big words. You use vignette. Please, for some people who know.
A small little paragraph or two.
Okay.
Because that's the other goal that I had. I wanted the book to be something that people could read if they only had 5 or 10 minutes.
Right.
So they can read a page, get some inspiration, encouragement, empowerment, and keep it moving, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We keep it moving.
Right.
So they just have the small ones, and then they have a place for you to reflect on what you've read or how that particular story impacts your life. As women, and I'm going to do a book for men, so it's coming.
Don't get jealous.
It's coming. It's coming. But it just allows us to really see that we're not alone.
Right.
We're not alone. And that's the part that people sometimes get caught up in. They think, I'm in this by myself. No one has.
That's so true.
I'm the only one who's going through this.
Right.
But honey,
it's not true.
It's
and the
not
thing
true.
is, people have often said to me, you need to continue to share your story, because you never know who's going through something.
That's right.
And then that's exactly when you share your story, you hear so
Yes.
many people come back and say, oh my gosh, your story inspired me. And sometimes people don't understand that you're still in the rut sometimes when you're sharing your story.
Yes.
Sometimes you put on a mask daily to make it through.
We'll put on some makeup, some lipstick.
But you don't know who you're inspiring by doing that. So it's
Yes.
important that we learn that even if we're going through something, we shouldn't stop, because we just don't know who's waiting for our inspirational words. Because I remember at one point I stopped posting daily nurturing nuggets, and someone said, "Don't stop, because I look forward to your nuggets every day." So we thank you for that, because even when things get rough, you got to keep on continuing.
Yes. Most definitely.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
No,
So let's talk about, that was your first book. So if you're just tuning in, thank you so much for being here. We are live on the Rush Hour show with DJ Reds and myself, and we have the amazing Dr. Marcia Credo with us. She is an inspirational speaker, motivational speaker. She's an author, and we're going to talk about your podcast. Well, no, I want to talk about more of your books. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
So that was your first book, 60 Days of Inspiration, Encouragement, and Empowerment for Women. And I'm My Sister's Keeper, and that was released in 2016, right?
Yes.
So, which was followed closely by The Battle Is Not Yours, It's Ours,
Yes.
released in 2017.
Yes.
Tell us what inspired you to write that book.
The same sort of thing. Again, talking to someone, and she said to me, I just feel like I'm fighting by myself. And I said, no. It's not yours. We're in this together. It's ours. And again, that's what this book has, stories. It has Bible verses, because I don't want people to think I'm just talking out of my, the crazy lady talking out of her head. It's Bible verses and things that have either happened to me or someone that I know. It's a true, but all of my books are true. Yes.
And how long did it take you to write the book? Because I know sometimes it takes me forever to just write a paragraph or be in a collaboration.
So, it's funny. The first one, I think it took me 60 days. And that's because I would be asleep. And I don't even know if my husband is here with me. Hi, honey. But I would be asleep. And then the Holy Spirit would wake me up. I would get up, go in our closet. And I can't really see that good without his glasses.
Oh, I know the feeling.
But I would go in our closet, and it would just pour into my spirit, and I would just write it down. And then, because I'm old school, people, oh, you didn't know.
No, you wrote it.
I wrote it.
I get it.
So, and then the next day, I would get up, and I'm like, wow, I wrote all that last night. And so it took me about 60 days.
And that's the battle is not yours, it's ours.
And then the last one, the most recent one, because it's not the last.
Yes.
The most recent one is Grateful for the Journey. And I don't know about y'all, but I have been on a journey. And I'm grateful. I used to look back and say, why me?
Right.
But now it's why not?
Why not?
Why not? Because all of the things that I've been through have brought me to this place.
Right, and they say that you shouldn't say it's not why you, but why is it happening to you, but why is it happening for me?
Correct.
So you have to change. So why? And then so I'm going on your website.
Okay.
There's so much to talk to you about. And we only have such a short time. So tell everyone, because now you have the website, and then you started a podcast.
Yes.
And you started a podcast.
Yes.
Can't put it down now, can you? and your podcast, so I left my notes because I went straight there. Your podcast literally goes from speaking topics of the importance of health, to being a parent to a young adult.
Pray for me, y'all.
Woo, Jesus.
She's 20 and knows everything.
Listen.
20 going on 40.
That part.
So, She says parenting a young adult is very difficult from parenting a small child. Tell me about it. They just
because they're doing what we've taught them to, and she actually told me. Well, she told me that, and I had to kindly duck my head
and step back.
Yeah, she said, "I'm trying to be the 20-year-old you raised me to be."
And sometimes we try and take control, right? Because
Yeah.
How did you respond to that?
Yeah.
I rolled my eyes at her.
But was she right?
She was right.
Was she doing the things that you taught her?
She's doing the things that we have taught her. But I was so, I was taken aback.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I'm just doing, and I was like, oh.
And they can do that. And it goes on, are you a good steward? Visualize your dreams. It goes on and on and on. You cover almost every dynamic of being an adult. How do you come up with your topics?
Sometimes it's
show a little grace and gratitude. I can't wait to listen to that one. I didn't see that one.
Sometimes it's something that I've been talking to someone about. Someone has asked me for support because I'm also a life coach.
Yes.
Someone has asked me for that. Sometimes the Holy Spirit just says, you need to say, like the one about, are you a good steward of your friendships? Because sometimes we can take advantage of our friends. We're not being good stewards. Just like we have to be a good steward of our money, we have to be a good steward of our friendships, because that's more valuable than anything.
Talk to that. What does it mean to be a good steward to your friendships? It means that you are listening. You're not just talking. And that's sometimes we do that. We tend to take over the conversation, and they come and try to tell us something, and then we just make it ours. And it's not about us. It's not always about us. The other thing is being authentic. You have to have some friends who can say, girl, you're wrong, sit down. And then you still love them. Yeah.
If you have, and I always tell people, if you have friends who always agree with you, they're not really your friends. They're not your friends. They're just there. So, is he telling us something?
No, he's not. I think he's getting prepared to.
All right, I'm ready.
You can see he and I are having little ADHD moments, the both of us today. It's quite obvious that we're happy to be here. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
I don't know if he was going to stop. No, he's not. We have time. Okay. You and I still have some time to talk. Go ahead, Rance. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I got about 2 minutes, and then we're going to break and come back to her because she's not going nowhere.
She's not going anywhere?
I'm not going
All right,
anywhere.
so, okay, we got about 2 minutes. No. Take your break, because if we start talking, we're going to take longer than 2 minutes.
Okay, so we're going to take a break. It's the Caribbean Rush Hour, man. We're here inside the building. We got our special guests, and don't move, keep it locked. All right?
Yes.
Caribbean Rush Hour. You're ready alongside my sexy co-host, Ro. What's up, Ro?
What's up, everyone? What's up? Welcome to the show. It's a good show. I'm happy. Listen, we didn't say it's the last show of the year.
Oh, wow.
It's the last Thursday of the year.
This is the last Thursday I'm going to see you.
Of the year. For the year.
It's the last Thursday I'm going to see you.
Oh, I thought because you said that the last Thursday you're going to see me. I was like, you fired me? Well,
the last Thursday of this year.
Of this year, yes. It's true. It is the last Thursday. So we have to make the most of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to tell you something.
Okay. Can you tell me after the show?
Okay, I got you.
So welcome everyone to the Rush Hour Show. Thank you to everyone who is tuned in and locked in on Live 365, the Caribbean Life Radio app. I know what did you say earlier? If you're on Android, you can go. If you have not downloaded the app already, if you're on Android, you can go straight to Caribbean Life Radio and download the app. iPhone users, well, you know.
iPhone give us until the beginning of next year.
Okay, so we have to go to Live 365 first and then look for Caribbean Life Radio. Thank you to everyone who is watching on the lives. Don't mind us. We're a little, it's the last, like he said, last Thursday for the year, last show for the year. So we're very, very excited. Shout out to everyone. There's too many people coming through right now. I can't. But let's touch a couple of things. So first we want to talk about the app, right? So the reason we're telling you to download the app is because we have so many great shows on here. Of course, on Tuesdays coming up in January, we have the Side B DJs with DSA and DJ Imp Love. That's at 8 p.m. That's still going straight. Yes. Wednesday is the promo show. Last night, Cassie B.
I think last night was the season finale.
Season finale of the promo show. And they celebrated Queen Cassie B's. Don't ask me how she became the queen and everything. Queen Cassie B's birthday. So happy birthday, Cassie B. We celebrate till the 31st. Her birthday's on the 31st, so I know she's actually doing a countdown for us in case we couldn't count. So y'all, we're gonna have to celebrate Cassie B for the rest of the week. So shout out to her and happy birthday. DJ Mia Moore comes on after the promo show. Yes. On Thursdays, of course, you have Reds and I. We start at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And Laura Tate Uncensored comes on at 7:30. I don't know what she has planned tonight.
Laura's not going to be able to make it tonight, so filling in for Laura will be Lawrence Prescott.
So we may be able to do a little extra for y'all tonight.
Lawrence Prescott Uncensored.
Hold on, y'all. Keep talking, Red.
And also look out for the new show on.
So yes, on Saturdays we have Global Connection Gospel Show with my brother-in-law, my sister, the pastors. Pastor AC and Pastor Chris Scott. Yes.
Now I want to tell you that show is off the chain. We did the first one on Saturday, and that show is off the chain. So while we're talking about shows and pastor shows, I'm sadly to say that Pastor Robert has moved his show on to other platforms, so he is no longer with us.
Oh, so that leaves Saturday open.
So Saturdays, I thought I had decided to continue the gospel hour from.
I don't want to look like a heathen on camera. Let me just stop.
To continue the gospel hour from 10 to 11. Because I did enjoy the gospel, and so did Lawrence. So we wanted to do our own gospel hour each and every Saturday.
Yeah, Rez is not resting. That's concerning me, but I understand his pride.
When it comes to playing music for God, there is no time to rest. So I'm good.
It's not. Let me not.
It's a gospel show.
I understand. That's what I'm talking about.
I got you that one. I got you on that one, Lord. I got you on that one.
I'm not gonna say anything. But yes.
No resting for God.
No resting for God.
I'm going to change lives on a Saturday morning.
No comment. No comment. So thank you to everyone who is tuned in. This is the Rush Hour Show. We are so.
Wait, we do have another show that's in the making as well. On Saturday, DJ Silky Smooth.
Sounds sexy. It don't sound like a gospel show.
No, that's not a gospel. I said it's another show in the making. Sundays are 4 to 6. DJ Silky Smooth will be inside the building.
You understand what I'm saying, Dr. Criddle? That sounds real Sunday sexy. Okay.
His name is Silky Smooth. That's not the name of the show.
What's the name of the show? Why are you talking? Why are you using that voice to describe the show?
My voice hasn't changed. DJ Silky Smooth.
DJ Silky Smooth on Saturdays from 4 to 6.
What you talking about a higher pitch?
No.
So yes, before we get back with our special guest, Dr. Credle, Marcia Credle, we are going to talk about some traffic because this is what we're supposed to do. So here's what we'll say to you: if you're on vacation, if you do not have to go to work, if you do not have to go to the grocery store, or if you do not have to run any kind of errand, that's all we're asking. Just stay home. On I-75 southbound ramp, of course, you are blocked. Because why? Somebody has a stalled vehicle. Why? Because they shouldn't have drove their vehicle because they knew the shit was not working. Excuse me. I should have
Beep, 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 beep.
Sick of y'all.
That's what the beep
sorry.
for. Beep, 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 beep,
Sorry.
beep. Bam, 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 bam.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again. That's the first time I ever did that too. Okay, I-75 northbound, one lane blocked on the left shoulder. See what I'm talking about? There's a crash. So right by exit 228, Georgia 138. So please, it started about 2 hours ago.
As a matter of fact, on the way down here, on 78, we saw an accident as well. So
yes, there's one on 78. So that he's gone. Yeah. Other than that, of course, on the small streets like US 41, Georgia 92, just stay home. There's no need. If you can order the groceries and you can pick them up. Right, Dr. Credle? They don't have to.
I order my groceries.
And then pick them
That's
up.
one of the ways I release we can talk about that. I
Yes.
release myself.
Let's talk about it. So
is that by just ordering groceries or by shopping?
no.
Shopping.
There's a difference between ordering groceries and shopping. I just need you to know that.
Yes. Shopping is different. So if y'all are just tuning in, we're speaking. Our special guest tonight is Dr. Marcia Credle.
She's an author. When I said that, she looked at me like,
She's an author, speaker, a life coach, and she has her own organization and a podcast, Sister Talk, and we're speaking. So you were saying that you just said it. What's the release? Because I
order groceries,
and then you pick them up or you have them delivered.
I have them. Is he still out? I have them delivered.
We're not gonna tell nobody.
Okay, let me tell you what. Yes, because now let me preface it with I love to cook.
Right.
Anybody who knows me know. But I cannot stand. I gotta drive to the grocery store.
Preach on it.
Go up and down those stupid aisles. Find what I need.
That's true.
Put it in the cart.
Yes, ma'am.
Take everything out of the cart and put it on that
that
conveyor
roll.
belt. Then they will be nice enough to put it in the cart for you. But then I gotta roll it out to the cart.
If you go to Aldi's, you gotta pack it yourself.
That
I'm
part.
gonna tell y'all a different story.
And pay for your bag.
And pay for the bag.
Okay.
And then
Sorry,
give the order.
Let me go there, because there are some women, and I'm not gonna call any names, that just like to go up
Every
and down
day.
every aisle. Every
I
aisle.
have
It's the
family-
same thing in the same aisle every week, and they go up and down every single aisle.
Listen, I have
And
family
then
that goes to
they be
Walmart
like,
every
after
day.
they get like 4 hours down, I forgot to get something.
On aisle one.
On aisle 1 and we're on aisle 8.
No, I have family that they go to Walmart every single day. Like when I go to Fort Lauderdale, they're like, okay, we'll go back to Walmart. I don't have to go. I don't need anything. I'm not hungry. I'm intentionally not hungry.
Let me tell you, I can't throw my sister under the bus, but if she comes to Atlanta
Every
and
day.
I don't take her to Walmart, she ain't speaking to me.
Especially when they come from the Caribbean, when they're visiting.
When they come from out of town, like Walmart.
Oh my gosh.
Walmart is
What
like
do
the
Caribbean
biggest thing.
people need at Walmart? Every day.
Walmart is like the New York Bobbies, you know? You know when they're going back to Jamaica, everybody wants to stop in Bobbies again.
Listen.
I don't know how everybody in Jamaica don't have one of the same name brand. And the honest, they're all going to Bobbies to get the same
I don't
name.
understand. But the shopping that you're saying that is soothing to you, because actually having the groceries delivered and just picking them up at the door, that's such a
Oh my
great
God.
feeling.
I'll come in when the groceries arrive. I'll get in that kitchen, baby, and I'm
Start
getting
cooking.
the pots together, baby.
So can I
Chopping, dicing, slicing.
Can I ask you a question then?
Yes.
So if your husband says, I'm going to send you on a shopping spree, here's my credit card, and go to the
Where?
grocery store and just
Oh,
have
no.
a shopping spree.
There's
Because
no
you said they kind of like the same thing. I'm just being the devil's advocate.
No, sir.
No.
So they're not the same. So they're not the
No,
same thing.
no,
Oh, okay.
no.
I was just
Ordering
checking.
groceries is different
Yeah,
from shopping.
I was about to say,
Let me
I was about to send her on 4 shopping sprees today,
No,
but it's
that's
okay.
not. No, but understand there are some women who like to go to the grocery store.
Yeah, and
There are some women who that is their vice. They like to go to the grocery store. Well, when we're saying shopping, we're talking about not things that aren't groceries.
correct.
Oh, okay.
So we're like, go ahead. You tell them, Dr. Craig, but they don't listen to
Is that like buying a woman a pot for Christmas?
Oh, my God. No,
Oh.
no, he
Oh,
didn't. Oh, no.
our sponsors real quick while you take a breath. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Oh, if you want to join in the conversation, call us 678-661-1819. Somebody help Ridge right now.
She likes to cook. That'd be a good gift.
Woo!
No, sir.
No.
Okay, shouts out to Trap Water, T2O, Hydrating Our Culture, Aero Inc., Caribbean International Shipping, and of course Tika Fire. We told you earlier in the store, Tika Fire has a holiday special going on. If you want 18% off through January 16th, you can put in the code CLTV at checkout. And don't ask me why, and if you wanted after a 15% discount after the 16th, you can use the code CLTV. That's tikafire.com, TIKAFIYA.com. All right.
And I happen to know her. She's amazing.
You know Tika?
Yes. I met her when I came to the vendor expo. If you haven't ever been, I'm not supposed to be doing a commercial.
No, that's all right. If you, no, please plug us. Please plug us. Yes,
If
come
you
on.
haven't ever been to a vendor expo here, you're missing out. They have another one coming up. I'm not exactly sure of the date, but it was amazing. I got to meet some amazing people, and Tika was one of them.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
She was a burst of energy.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Mikey says he needs a case of trap water. Lawrence, get in contact with Trap Man.
Mikey, we got you. You have your choice.
Shout out to Mikey Doves of Anarchy. He's rolling out the list of DJs and sounds. But the most important sound on there is Capricorn Sound. Yes, to the world.
King Eternity is on there.
Capricorn Sound.
And also he's bringing down Mikey Spectrum from Virginia. So.
And that is the other thing that matters, Mikey Spectrum.
Maybe Super C might come also.
That's what I'm praying for. Anyway, I digress.
Also, Biltmore Reunion is coming up as well inside New York City. That's going to be Spectrum and Mikey Montana, Jaro, LP, and Earth Ruler.
Jaro.
Yeah, that's going to be Biltmore Reunion in Brooklyn, New York. So New York City, we coming for you.
When is that? Tell us when is that?
That's going to be in April. It's the month of April. I don't have the
You
exact
have some
date
time
yet.
to get
It's in
that ticket.
April.
What can I do by then?
Well, you better start trying to get a flight right now, because
The flights are the problem.
yes,
The flights are the problem.
that's what we need is an airline.
But we could do it. It's just we won't work together. We can do it. Brown folks can do
I don't know,
anything.
I'm
If our
scared.
dollar is the most important dollar
I
in
saw
the
that
world.
movie with the black what was it?
Soul Plane.
Soul
Plane. I don't know if I want to go on a black airline after watching Soul Plane.
So, all right, Dr. Cole, before we get, no, you're fine. No, we're having a great time. Before we get back to the music, we're talking about your books. We're talking about your podcast. But tell us about your organization. Tell us a little bit about your organization and what you do.
Sure. The purpose and goal of Cradle Inspired Enterprises is to help people get from their comfort zone to their discovery zone. Because we sometimes get comfortable where we are.
Yes.
But there's so much more for us. We have things to discover, things that we are supposed to be doing, but we're holding ourselves back.
Yes, that's very true.
And that's what Cradle Inspired Enterprises does. We help you get from that little box of comfort to this wonderful world of discovery. So that's our goal.
So give us some of the steps, because what do you find is the one thing that, or the most common thing that keeps us stagnant from getting to that next spot, or that next space?
The first thing is not having a plan. That's like soul plane, sort of. You want to get up there and fly,
but you don't know how to get to.
You don't have a qualified pilot.
Right.
So if you have to develop a plan, you have to be consistent with that plan. You can't just wake up and say, I'm going to be a pilot, but you haven't applied to any schools to learn how to pilot a plane.
Wow.
You can say you want to be a pilot all you want to.
Right.
But it's not going to happen
Right.
until you come up with a plan and then put that plan in place. You have to execute that plan. And then be willing to change, because sometimes things don't go the exact way that we think that they should, and that's okay. That's okay. I tell people there are people in this world who have tried different things, and they didn't get it right the first time.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Just get up and say, well, oops, that didn't work.
Right.
Let's try something else.
Right.
Think
And that's
about
what
when
we
you learn how to
sometimes
skate or ride a bike.
Right. I think that's where we sorry. That's where we fail sometimes. We don't continue. We stop. Because I was speaking to my eldest this weekend, and she was talking. She's a director of the daycare, and And her husband and her were debating. He says, he wants her to open a school. And she said, well, how am I supposed to open a school? I don't have any money. And I was like, well, you don't have any money. How much does it cost? And she said, well, I don't know. I said, well, how you don't have the money then?
Exactly.
We first need to know the cost.
Right.
And how do we open a franchise? Because they did it.
There are so many grants. And I tell you, if you can get a grant, do that. If the grant doesn't work, you might have to sell some chicken dinners. If that doesn't work, you might have to wash some cars. If that doesn't work, you might have to sell cakes and pies. But to get to that end goal, you just keep plugging at it. You gotta hustle. And you keep plugging at it. And it's okay. Don't despise small beginnings.
Right. I like that. Don't despise small beginnings.
Because for 2023, my motto is I got next.
Did y'all hear that properly? I heard we're echoing, we're not echoing. You can't hear what she said. For 2023, her motto is I got next. Tell us about that.
And so that means that I am next in line to be what I have put into action.
Nice.
I've been working on this plan. I've been, selling chicken dinners, whatever.
Yeah.
I've been working on this, and so I'm going to my next. And my current is just local. My next is national. And after that, I'm international.
All right.
So I'm going to speak that. I'm going to keep saying it and keep saying it until it comes to fruition. I used to say, oh, I just want to speak. I want to be all over Georgia. Really?
Yeah, Georgia.
We got 50 states.
Exactly.
So I can go past Georgia, and then I thought, well, wait a minute, we're not the only country in the world.
There you go.
I can go to other countries. Right. I can make connections with people who will invite me to come and share what I have to say to people in their country, in their state, in their city. So if you want to book me.
Yeah, someone says it will manifest. Well, I do want to book you. We have
into existence.
Yes, we have a brunch that we do. We're waiting for my team members. Are opening a new restaurant. I didn't tell you that part. But we have a brunch we do intimate conversations. Okay, it's a brunch, a women's brunch. So we would like to invite you to speak at one of our brunches. I will tell you when the next one is. Yes. But yes, we haven't started. We pushed it back because, as I said before, the partners in doing the brunch, there's a few of them segued and they're opening a restaurant, Scrum Delicious in Lawrenceville.
Well, I live in Grayson.
So we're we're near each other. So yes, I will let you know. But it's always, and we have a panel of women, and we've had some amazing women that have come and spoken to, and we just have a very diverse group of people, and I think your word would be awesome for them. So when it does happen, we would like to invite you to come there. So tell everyone how they can get to your website, and if they want to book you, how they can get in contact with you to book you.
Sure.
Someone says it will manifest. That's Chief.
It.
Chief is
I receive it.
Chief is.
I receive it because for those of you who can see me, I'm smiling about it because it's going to happen. It's
going to happen.
And I'm just excited about it. So you can reach me through my website, which is www.cradleconsulting.com. And Cradle is CREDLE, consulting.com. Email me, info@cradleconsulting.com. Send a carrier pigeon.
Whatever, just message me.
Call the radio station. They'll get in touch with me. Yeah.
One last thing. When did you go from, because you said you're smiling and because you receive it, and that's been my attitude lately, and my older daughter looks at me, she goes, you've changed, That Christmas she was like, you're just so calm. I was like, was I hyper or something? She was like, you were worried. You didn't smile as much, and now you're talking through things, and even though you don't have it yet, you just talk about it as if you have it.
Right.
When did you get to that transition point where you changed and manifested and changed that narrative change your mindset, we always say?
Yeah, I would say right around the time of COVID. You think about how we were just going on with our lives and everything was just hunky-dory, and then everything came to a stop, but we kept living.
Yes.
So I'm like, if we can make it through COVID, we can make it through anything. And we, like I said, come up with a plan. Don't just talk about it, be about it.
Nice.
Don't do that to yourself, because you've been gifted. I feel like each person in the world has been given some type of gift.
That's true.
And I think everyone has a purpose.
Yes.
And you know what your gift and purpose is.
Sometimes you don't, though, Dr. Graham.
If they don't, come see me. I'm a life coach, baby.
So if you don't know your purpose, because I
You don't
think
know your
sometimes
purpose.
people get confused, and to your point, when you said, sometimes we try something and we fail and we think it's not what we're supposed to do. Maybe it just isn't for us to do it right now. Or we didn't do it the right way. We missed a step. And so sometimes we just give up.
We didn't allow someone to advise us, and don't be offended if somebody says, have you thought about doing it this way?
Yeah.
I wish somebody who's a billionaire, who I know you're out there, come and tell me what I could do differently.
Exactly.
I can take what you're giving me
Right.
and use it to my advantage.
Right.
I might not use everything, but at least be open to something else. That's the key, is being open.
I think part of the problem is a lot of people are scared to talk to people when they're not sure about things,
It's hard to trust.
And telling your friend that you're going to a life coach, some people are embarrassed to do that.
Oh, I know, they hated it being my friend's lab.
You have to be able to, just say, this is for me.
Yeah.
It's not for somebody else, it's
It's
for
not.
me. And if I need to speak to somebody, I'm going to speak to
Right.
somebody.
Right.
Because a lot of us do need help, but don't know how to ask,
They don't know how to
how
ask.
to receive it.
Yeah. And they don't know. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Think about this. What if Michael Jordan hadn't allowed himself to be coached?
There you go.
What if Kobe Bryant, who was, I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm just
But
saying,
he was a great ball player.
He was a
Great ball player.
but he allowed himself to be coached.
And he did the work.
He did the work. He had a plan, and he was laser focused
Yes, he did.
on that plan.
To the point where he was able to retire at an early age. And, unfortunately we lost him, but
Yes.
he had a great, he had a plan. Like you said, he had a life and he lived it.
He lived it,
Yes.
and that's what life is for. Life is for the living.
But you also have to have discernment.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to keep, because when I remember when I was starting my life coaching certification, a lot of people said things that would have deterred me from finishing it, and I had to stay focused.
Because they said, "What you mean a life coach?"
Even
Talk to
my
your
ex-husband
friends.
didn't. He was like, you're not a therapist. I said, I didn't say I wanted to be a therapist.
And
I
that's
always
not
talk
what
to
life
my brother, but some people don't trust my brother. But I love him.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Some people don't trust you.
I knew that was coming.
A life coach is not a
A
therapist.
therapist. No.
They're not. They help you to see things from a different perspective.
Yes.
They give you other options.
And they allow you to answer
And
because it's questions.
you answer yourself, but they're just helping you get through. So yeah.
See,
get
here's
out of
Mikey.
there.
He's saying if you want to get into the trucking business, he's charging $400 to $500 for a 3-hour training. You're lying.
No, he's not.
He's serious?
He is into the trucking business. And he's
I want to be a
rather well.
trucker.
He's doing rather well.
Listen.
He's talking about his business all the time.
Yes,
He's doing rather well.
Mikey's business is doing very well.
And
He's
I'm-
an entrepreneur and he takes
Yes.
his selfies. So congratulations.
I'm glad he switched from driving the truck
Oh,
to owning
aren't
the
we all?
company.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
That's
So God
beautiful.
bless you,
Yeah,
Mikey,
God,
for
yeah.
that.
That's a
So he said
beautiful thing.
$500. He's going to give a 3-hour training. That's a plug for you. Can I get a percentage of the plug? Thanks. There you go.
Mikey's supposed to be up here once a month, so he can always come talk about it. So, Mikey, where are you?
Once a
The year is
month.
almost over and you're not here.
The year is over.
He's training truckers.
He's training truckers and working on his business.
That's right.
Dr. Criddle, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you for
Thank you for your
having
inspiration.
me.
We want you to come back and we want you to continue to inspire us. We want you to come and coach us and come and speak to our audience whenever you have the time. We know that you're probably working on another book or a class or whatever.
I am working on a new book, so I'll announce the name of the new book here. And so you guys heard it first. It's called Relationship Matters.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta say it. You gotta say it like this. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Relationship matters.
Relationship matters. Okay.
Relationship matters.
Yeah, you gotta say it.
What was it in deeper voice? Relationship matters. No likes that deep voice.
Can you talk about your
Just
summit
gets me.
that's coming up?
Oh no! Look at me. I got so excited. I do have a conference coming up.
Oh, you do?
Yes, it's in March 3rd and 4th at the beautiful in Embassy Suites. I want some money off because I'm pumping you up at the beautiful Embassy Suites in Duluth. And this is the 5th annual Sister Circle Summit, The Journey to You. So
That's the main thing. We forgot. We started talking so much. We forgot about the summit.
yes. So please, if you can go to my website to register. And this year I'm excited because we've added a gala on Saturday night. So you can bring your significant other.
Or not. But go ahead.
Or not,
This
whatever.
will be next year. Everyone will have somebody. Go ahead.
Yes,
Speak it into
okay, there you
existence,
go.
right?
Yes, speak it into existence. But go ahead and get your tickets. I do, there's an early bird rate that's good until the 31st. But because you are a listener, DM me and I'll open it up for you to be able to go up until the 5th.
Okay.
Okay,
Look at me. Okay, I'm already on the web. I already had the website up. So, yeah.
So if you're a listener, DM me and let me know that you're a listener, and I'll extend the early bird rate until January the 5th.
Okay, and that's only for CL radio listeners, the Rush Hour show. I'm just joking.
But yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's a time we have speakers, we laugh, we love on each other, and just really help each other as we're going through this, as we're lifing.
All right, I'm gonna put in my link right now. It's www.creditconsulting.com, and that's where you're gonna go. And if you look, you'll see the tab that says Sister Circle 2023.
Yes.
All right, y'all gonna meet me there.
Yes.
Because I'm gonna be there, because I always figure this out. Hold on, consulting. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm doing it as we speak. And Reds and I may feel a kind of like giving, and may, as it gets closer to the event, maybe give away a ticket or two. So okay, can you pick which events you'd like to go to?
So you can do either just the gala or the conference and the gala.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And so if you guys want to
grab my ticket.
If you guys give away a ticket, I'll match you. So that'll be 2 tickets.
Okay.
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 So guys, I tell people I never want not having a ticket to be the reason someone can't come.
Right.
I can cook, so I'll bake a cake and sell 20 cakes until we get your ticket. Do what we got to do.
And sometimes, it's hard because especially when we're doing life coaching, they always tell you, you got to invest in yourself, you got to invest. And sometimes people find it so hard, but it's the things that you doubt and say, okay, I can't do it. There's no way I can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the things that give you the most,
that
are most beneficial to you. So I look forward to this.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Like I said, they're giving away a ticket, I'll match it. Okay. So that's 2 people.
That's 2 tickets.
That's 2 people. And if there are any sponsors out there who want to sponsor somebody, sponsor somebody.
Sounds good. So that was www.creditconsulting.com.
Yes.
That's the Sister Circle Summit.
Yes,
that's the 5th annual?
5th annual.
5th, congratulations.
Oh my goodness.
The journey to you.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the Rush Hour Show. That was Dr. Marcia Credo. Make sure you check her out. Sister Talk, the Sister Power Hour, and the Sister Circle Summit, the 5th annual. Ooh, that's what you're trying to sound like.
Without the stealing like a baby should, and to keep on giving me things that I need so much. My world, lady love, lady love. Your love is cooling like a rubber stone. Oh yeah, my lady love. Love that's cozy, as the fire's low. I keep on giving you, girl, a little more and more. You're my world, I'm already low. Yes, it's that.
world closing in of me, and there's no way you're breaking free. And then I see you reach for me. Sometimes I wanna give up, I wanna give in, I wanna quit the fight. And then I see you, baby, and everything's alright. And everything's alright. When I see you smile, I can face the world. Oh, you know I can do anything. When I see you smile, I see your rings of life. Oh, I see you shining right through the way now. When I see you smile, oh, baby, when I see you smile. This world I could ever do, the touch of your hands can do. It's like nothing that I ever need. Yeah, and when the rain is falling, I can feel it. And you're here with me now. I wanna ask you, baby, if everything's alright. If everything's alright. When I see you smile, I can face the world. Oh, you know I can do anything. When I see you smile, I see your rays right. Oh, I see you shining right through the way now. When I see you smile, when I see you smile. When I see you smile, oh girl, baby, when I see you smile, oh baby, I don't know my name,
I just say Coca-Cola back and shape by it around the place. Rock out, girl, you have the shape. Coca-Cola back and shape by it around the place. Skin out, girl, you have the shape in the place. Uptown, girl, I'm the shape in the place. Downtown, girl, I'm the shape in the place. London, girl, I'm the shape in the place. New York, girl, I'm the shape in the place. Canadian, girl, I'm the shape. And them have the shape and I give man headache. And them have the shape, make man body shake. And them a fling big stone and bust up man face. And them have the shape, and war in the plate. And just say Coca-Cola back the shape by it around the place. Coca-Cola, girl, you have the shape. Coca-Cola back the shape by it around the place. Skin out, girl, you have the shape. All them attack can make them friends. Now you don't know you want your man not left. You a big choice, big first prize. Jump and shut out, girl, you are it. Wife, you are the wife. Wife, man first choice. Wife, you wear the ring. Wife, you will get everything. Well, all the girls.
It's the crew of Rush Hour, Yoshi Reggie, alongside my co-host, Ro. What's up, Ro?
What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for keeping it locked and tuning in. We appreciate all our listeners on Caribbean Life Radio. Everyone tuned in and watching on the lives. We appreciate you. Yes, it's the Rush Hour Show. It's the Rush Hour Show. If you missed it, we just had an amazing interview with Dr. Marcia Credo. Again, to get more information about Dr. Credo, you can go credoconsulting.com and you can check out everything about her podcast, her books, and her upcoming Sister Circle conference, right? So, Reds, we're going to the news.
What's up?
We're going to the
We can
news.
go to the news. We can go to the news.
We're going to the news. So I was going to talk about Sting. I don't know if you heard about how Sting ended abruptly, but it was Sting weekend this past Saturday. Some of us paid to watch, some didn't. Me not. So as Sting 2022 looked to wind down, the crowd anticipated performances by Valiant and Kraft, and they were waiting for Skang and others to hit the stage, and the event ended abruptly.
Okay, so I
to take over. So the police said, get your asses out. Bye-bye. And so the artists shuffled. One thing is Valiant, he did perform outside in the park, but even with there was a clash. You know, they always do a clash at Sting between Amory and am I saying it right? Amory and Queenie, and they started fighting. And you know, if you looked on Monday, that's all you saw. You know, that's all you saw was this fight about that happened at Sting. And it comes to show, one of them says, you know, that she knew that they would go viral, not by their stage performance, but they would go viral because of the fight. And so that was, so I think that probably, you know, enhanced the whole, what they quote unquote thuggery and stopping early and the vibe. But, you know, I really would like to speak more about Sting and people's opinion of Sting, because I do know that as patrons were pouring out the venue, there were no shots fired. So let's not say that there were no shots fired. No one got hurt. But as people were and the breakout artist that I told you before, Valiant, he entertained the audience and did it was top flight. He did on top of a car, whatever he was standing on, but he did entertain the audience outside of the actual arena. So yeah, the Queenie wins. So Queenie won the clash between her and Amari, did I say her name right? After the fight on stage went viral. And so Amari stated in an interview that she wanted to go viral and the incident on stage will make them viral the next day, and she was absolutely correct. So that was intentional. So if you're watching, all of us that thought it was so disgusting to see the fight, it was intentional. Which doesn't make any sense to me, but there you have it. So people are saying worst Sting for promotion. Some people are saying it's the worst thing ever. Some people say that it was a good Sting and we should let the artists, you know, the younger artists do their thing and stuff like that. So, you know, we can talk about it, maybe, you know, maybe not. But yeah, Sting, 2022. Are you going to go to 2023?
I didn't make 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 16.
No, I think 13, Sting was paused because of the pandemic. So
I've never been to Sting.
I've never been to Sting either. I've always wanted to go to Sting until
like
this year.
If they would like to hire the entire staff, I'm not going alone. I need backup. You see all that stuff that happened out there? If they want to hire the entire staff, Caribbean Life Radio team will be there.
I will be a reporter.
If not, I'm going to miss 2022, 2023.
And the rest of 2020, right? So,
no disrespect, but it's just, you know.
I just know I'm not there for that. I've always thought of Sting as something that, you know, the highlights performers. I used to love the clashes. I've never gone to Sting in person, but I've watched Sting and I've enjoyed it. So yeah, if you meant it, if that was intentional, if that was your goal, to go viral and looking like a bunch of crazy women too, that's fine with me. Do your thing, ladies. Do your thing. It's better than me. So we did say we had some. So Nick Cannon. Populating the world. He had baby number 12, and that's all I've got to say. Nicholas Cannon and Scott.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's ridiculous.
They have a lot of men in the islands that have way more than 12 babies. I don't see why they make
I understand that too, but it doesn't make it.
They have some men that have all 20 babies and only know that.
That's true. It's
only
true.
know that 5 are theirs. So you know, it's a whole lot.
Some of them don't know any of this.
Some of them don't know any of them. Some of them don't know they had any of them. Some of them, you know, I'm gonna play this song called Bun for Bun.
That's
you know,
true.
there's a lot going on down there. So Nick Cannon, hold your horses, because in where we come from, in the islands, it's a lot of
that's
men.
But that
you know,
doesn't mean it's.
How many people do you know that got, you know, they be saying, yeah, I have like 18 brothers and sisters.
I gotta tell you, on my mom's side, there were 13 siblings.
13.
But that's between two sets
Nick
of
can't
parents.
even catch y'all yet.
That's one man though. This was 2 fathers, 2 moms. It was 13, but
I'm saying
siblings.
he didn't catch y'all yet though.
I don't know what. It's just.
Because a man can afford it. As long as you can afford it, you keep popping them out. He can afford it.
We have holy folks here, so I can't say what I want to say. And they already cursed it accidentally first time. Oops, sorry.
They can afford it. If he can afford it, let him keep popping them out.
I don't agree with that. I just don't. I mean, if you can afford them, you know what? If you can afford them, you're right. If you can afford to pay for them and take care of them.
There's 2 people in the room. One of them be like, come on, Nick, I'm gonna get paid. I ain't gonna work again.
And this is her, the lady that had the baby for him. It's her second child with Nick. She has 3 children, but it's second child with Nick.
But she knows she ain't gonna work. I bet you she don't have a job.
Is that the plan though, to have these babies for these stars and not
some
work?
People
that's the final plan.
For some people that is the plan. I guarantee you she ain't got a job. I bet you she don't have a job. I bet you she's a stay-at-home mom.
That must be nice. That must be nice.
Have a baby by Nick?
Have a baby by Nick. Have a baby by Nick. Anyway, so yes, we had a few. We were, when they say it comes in threes, it comes in threes. And we, over the past 3 days, we've had some very sad news for the Caribbean community. So, and the South American community. So, Pele, Brazilian soccer star, the legendary Pele. He died at the age of 82. Pele.
Isn't it, I'm sorry to cut you off, but isn't it weird that he died
right after the World Cup? I know, and the thing is, we knew he was sick, and everybody was saying, we want Brazil, they want Brazil to make it to the finals, they want Brazil to win, so Pele could, see that his team win one last time. But Pele is widely regarded as like the greatest soccer player of all time. Of course, people are going to debate ever. The soccer legend who inspired a nation on and off the field died Thursday, which is today, after battling colon cancer. He was 82 years old. Pele had a tumor removed in September of 2021 and had been undergoing chemotherapy since then. He was admitted into the hospital in late November, and in recent weeks, his condition worsened, and he was put into palliative care just a few days later. Pele was then placed into elevated care, which is different. That's our hospice here in the States, if Curo in Trinidad. So last week related to the kidney and cardiac dysfunctions that he was having at the Albert Einstein Hospital in Sao Paulo. So we want to send our prayers. Rest in peace, Pele. Thank you for giving us some of the greatest moments on the soccer field. He was a great man, great man.
Much respect to a great player, man that took the sport to another level.
Yes. Oh my gosh, he was just awesome watching. I think I won't get into it. So again, and then for our Calypso community, the Black Stallion. Those who don't know the Black Stallion, I shouldn't say Stallion. Dr. Leroy Callisti. Did I say that right? Better known as the Black Stallion. I don't know what's wrong with my son. Was a leading Calypsonian from Trinidad and Tobago, known for his lyrics against European colonial oppression. He won the Calypso Monarch competition on 5 occasions and the Calypso King of the World title in 1999. I saw various posts from so many of our community, Sherman Winchester, Farmer Nappy, the list goes on and on, just, remembering what he meant to them and how he inspired their lives. So we want to say rest in peace to the amazing Black Stallion.
Iconic gentleman has passed away, so R.I.P. Much respect.
Yes. And then this one, probably one of the saddest ones, because when you're older, you can probably, we can say they lived a great life and, they did so much for the world. But this one just hit a lot of us really, really hard. This is one of my, I love the Marleys. I've met some of the Marleys, so I just have this thing. So Joseph Joe Mercer Marley, grandson of Bob Marley, son of Stephen Marley. He died at the age of 31. He followed in his grandfather's footsteps of legendary reggae artist and musician Bob Marley. The Marley family is staying quiet. They haven't, said anything to the press. But yes, Joe Mercer Marley, Stephen Marley's son, was found in his car unresponsive in Miami because he did live in the States. This was Tuesday. And as I said before, his family has not yet issued a statement, although his aunts Sharon and Sadella both shared their white squares on Instagram feeds, prompting people to respond. He was born in Jamaica in 1992, and he arrived in the States when he was 11 years old. He often performed with the members of his family, and he does have Joe Mercer. Let me tell you about his solo career, because when you're a Marley, right? So he debuted his AP Comfortable, which arrived in 2014. By 2016, he featured in Revelation Party, a track on his father's album, Revelation Part 2, The Fruit of Life. And in 2021, the musician released a full album entitled Eternal. Blessings, that's my song, you got it? Which featured figures in reggae and dancehall, including Busy Signal, Black M.I., and Kabaka Pyramid. So we're sending our deepest loves and most sincere condolences to the Marley family on the loss of Joseph Joe Mercer Marley at the age of 31 years old. What can we say?
Sad.
Yes. So, love on your folks, people. Love on your folks. Love on your people. Hi, Tony. That's my nephew. Love on your people and make sure they know their love. Don't just give them the love. What I have always said, I don't want my flowers when I'm gone. I want my flowers now. I don't want to know that you love me and cared about me when I'm gone. I want to know that you love and cared about me while I'm here, because when I'm gone, I just can't understand it. I may be able to feel it spiritually, but that just serves me no purpose in the physical life. So we have a lot of people that they forget to show the love while we're here. But when people pass, you see all the R.I.P. this and R.I.P. that, and you know, I miss them and they meant so much to me. So if I mean so much to you, let me mean this much to you while I'm alive, all right? I don't need you coming to the funeral and telling my mamas or my sisters or my brothers or my family how much you love me. And I'm very sincere about that. If you can't show it to me in real life, you can just keep it moving and keep it pushing. You don't need to show it to me at all. So that's how I feel.
Whew, I like that. On that note, we're going to take a quick break, man. We'll be right back, man. It's Caribbean Rush Hour, UFC Red to Roll, right here inside the building.
Yes, yes.
Definitely.
Wait, I didn't hear you. What you said?
Definitely, we got you. Okay, so we're gonna play this one for my girl Ro. All right?
Yes. I love this. I just played this on the show like last week. We got it next week. This is Joe Mercer Marley. Who else is on this song? Kabaka Further,
Formed against that there's no weapon that can block me from my blessings, no. So make the vibes overflow from the middle up and them think we are cool and time they really go harder before they could even make a move the place full up. Love just a flow like the river down in Jordan. That's not my blessing, no. It'll never stop my blessing. We're moving forward, we progressing. Hey, Rasta love we are retracing. mental. Juju Ryan Marley.
Yes, indeed, man. It's a Caribbean Rush Hour. Yoshi Reds in the building alongside RoSolo. What's good, Ro? What's good? What's up?
I'm doing well. You know, this is our last Thursday, and the last Thursday show for the year. So we just want to say thank you to everyone who keeps it locked every single week, who tunes in a week after week and joins us on the lives on Caribbean Life Radio, who watches on Caribbean, who listens on through the app. Make sure you tell a friend to download the app because the station is just getting bigger and bigger. More shows are coming weekly. So yeah, I'm doing well. I'm ready for 2023. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I'm mad that my live just died and we had all those people on the live.
It's all good. Join the Caribbean Life Radio.
I'm trying to,
I don't think Candy's on the Wi-Fi over there. That's why it's circling so much.
Yeah, it's circling on me
Did
too.
you turn on the Wi-Fi?
Are you on the Wi-Fi?
Is your Wi-Fi on?
She's such I can't. What? Did you turn? Y'all forgive us because obviously none of us are doing well today. We are all hyped. We're ready for the new year.
Okay, so quick question. We're going into New Year's and this year is almost over. Are you a person who make New Year's resolutions?
Not anymore. Because I always made the resolution and I always failed, so I don't want to be a failure. I have goals that I've set for myself for 2023, which I won't share because I've learned also to keep my goals and my intentions a little private only for the people who need to know or helping me through the journey.
On a need to know basis.
It's on a need to know basis. But what I will say is I hope to launch another book, release another book. I hope to globalize not only this platform but on my shows, but I have my own show with the RoSolo show. So I'm just looking forward to doing a lot of things that I've said I wanted to do in the past. And and just love on people, love on myself. Love on people, love on myself, and love on my children. I changed my focus. It's more about my kids.
Love on all of us.
I love on you always, Reds. Always.
Good.
Candy, do you see my request? What about you, Reds? What about you? What do you have a resolution? Do you do resolutions?
I normally don't do New Year's resolutions, but I just try to set a goal. My goal every year is to do better than I did last year.
Yeah.
I think that's my goal. I think if every year you try to do better than you did last year, you will achieve, all type of success.
And you said something. You said something important the other day. You said that it's you said that you said something earlier about not going into 2023 broke. And I know you were joking. I mean, it's serious, but it's really serious. I know you meant it. I mean,
I ain't gonna pay another bill till next year. I'm telling you.
I don't think he meant no. We don't.
I'm not paying nothing. Every bill collector out there, y'all come look for me. I'm not paying nothing. I'm not getting nothing from it. Nothing. Nobody not get. If me hold your money, I'm not giving nothing. Nobody not get nothing. I keep the whole of my money. No, I'm not even taking money out to eat. I'm not buying no food.
Don't listen to him, you guys.
I'm not buying no gas. Nothing.
Don't listen to him.
I'm going into the next year with money in my pocket, man. I can't go to the next year.
Yeah, I agree. But I think what's important too is that our culture and our community, we weren't taught certain things. We weren't taught certain things about how to invest, how to enter the new year. We need to. Every time we start talking about, having conversations about how to secure your finances, what to do next, it's like the rooms get quiet or the groups get quiet and people don't want to discuss that. And I think we joked about having our own plane or having our own airline company. It's possible. The black dollar, the brown dollar is one of the most important dollars
yes, it is.
in the world, period. I think if there are things that you want to do, I don't think you should deter yourself. I think people always think I can't. Like my daughter said, I won't be able to afford it without even knowing what it will take for her to start that. So, if there's something that you want to do, to Dr. Cuddle's point, make a plan, and make sure that you start executing on that plan. Don't make it big and have nothing to do. Don't have specific achievable goals behind them. Just start small.
Yes.
Make sure that the goals that you have are attainable, and I bet you will start accomplishing a lot more than you thought you could. But never ever say that you can't. Never ever say that you can't.
For real, don't think that you can't do anything. Anything is possible in this world.
I agree.
So
And
trust
you
me.
said earlier, everyone has a purpose. Everyone is here for a reason. If you don't understand your purpose, it's because you're not challenging what you're here to do. So you have to know, Rez is here to entertain. He is a DJ. He doesn't try and be an author or a teacher or a professor or anything else. Mikey has a trucking company. He's going to teach people how to own their own business and become, truck drivers. We have media companies and certain things. So Dr. Credo, she's a consultant and life coach. She stays in her lane, does her thing, and she keeps on achieving more and more and more as she continues. So just stay focused on what you're doing and don't listen to the naysayers, because we have a lot of naysayers in this community. We were taught, our parents are naysayers. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, why you go to that? You can't do that. Parents are the first people to stop listening to if they're a naysayer, because that deters a lot of children from accomplishing their goals.
Yeah, I remember when I first told my parents that I wanted to be a cop, they told me, no, you gotta choose something else. Then I told them I wanted to be a comedian, they told me, no, I gotta choose something else.
Always takes it to
So,
the
no, I remember
Are you
every time
serious? Oh, you wanted to be a cop?
I did tell them I wanted to be a cop.
I wanted to be a psychiatrist, and my mom said, Mom, because there's people that always commit suicide. And look, I'm right back. How many years later, I'm doing almost the same thing that I've always wanted to do. I'm not a psychiatrist, but I'm going back to school for. But
I'm nowhere close.
To being a cop.
No, I'm on the other side of this thing. Matter of fact.
Okay, so here's a question: if you could not be a DJ, I want to ask the Nick Cannon question to you though, but it's too late.
If I could not be a DJ, if I had to go back in time, right, I would have accepted my scholarship to play basketball in college.
You can play basketball? Why you take so long to answer? The camera's on. Can you play? Don't take so long to answer.
Yes, I can play. And a scholarship.
And you can sing? So you a singing basketball player? You could have made a lot of money. You could make that a movie. That's a whole reality show. Singing Reds down the basketball.
Yeah, so, but I chose, I didn't want to leave New York. I didn't want to leave my family. So I chose to stay here.
Oh, so you had a scholarship?
Yeah, to play basketball.
Oh wow, that's interesting. See, the things we learn about Reds when we're on the show. You could have been like a fan club. You signed Reds on everybody's shirts. Like girls come to the game to sign on their tits.
I've done that. Anyway. I've done that.
You signed Reds on people's tits.
Yeah.
And there we go.
When you go out of town, you go out of the country, a lot of things happen. You are.
Do tell, Reds. Do tell. You're a superstar.
You are on a different level, and then you have to remember. When I went out of town, I was traveling with Super C, who was definitely on an even different level for me.
You can sign my tits.
You saying anything? I remember, I swear to you,
yes, I said it.
I went to Bermuda with C, and we went to a store, and everybody was coming to the store and Super C, Super C, Super C. And he was signing autographs and doing one bunch of stuff, and I was standing there ready to But I understood that, he was on a different level because he made records, so his voice was more heard than mine. So he was on a much, higher scale. So yeah, we have been on that, thing, limousine, picking us up champagne, telling people what we want and all that. I've been there, done that. So I give thanks. I tell people all the time, if I die tomorrow, don't cry. Because I'm not going to cry, because I had a great life. Yeah. And
that's the way to go. That's the way to do that, But that only happens when you do what you're intended to do. When you're living in your purpose and you're doing what you love. And you're blessing people. And some of us are still stuck in trying to figure out what we want to hear. Well, not us, not me. I'm good.
Think about it. Why y'all gonna cry? And I partied my entire
We're gonna cry.
life.
We're gonna cry.
I partied my whole
We're gonna party because
life.
we know that's what you're gonna want. But I could see
My
of course
whole
some
life
of us
was
like
a
losing our
party.
crap.
Like these people at work just don't understand. They be walking into work like, oh my God, it's Monday. I walk like, oh, what's up? What's up? Like, why are you so happy?
I've been partying all weekend.
I just had a fantastic weekend. It's Monday. I can't wait for the next Friday to come, for the next Monday to come, because Monday means I just had a fantastic weekend.
Yeah.
They look at Monday like, yeah, man, it's Monday. I just had a weekend, and my sister, my dog, my aunt, my mother. My
people
girlfriend.
look for things to be. People
why are you so sad? Leave it at the door.
Exactly, and that's why when I go, because I work from home most of the time, but when I go in the office, sometimes I have to be cognizant that they're not in the space that you're in. Often people come to work that are coming every day, and they're miserable human beings. Period. I don't care who's watching. They're miserable human beings, and I will not let them deter my grace or let them, make
Don't
me
let
feel
them
a certain
control
way
your
and control
destiny.
my feelings.
No.
I'm there to do my job. I'm not here to live. I'm not here to make friends. But my perspective has changed because I remember when I was in corporate America prior to this, I wanted to have friends. You want to go out after, hang out with your friends. And I have people who I'm real close with from New York and Florida. But here, it's a different mindset. It's like, y'all are so unhappy with your life. And I will not let that rub off on me.
There are a lot of people that are really unhappy. And
Yes. Misery loves company.
Oh God,
Yeah,
I was just
okay.
about to say, misery loves company. And those people don't want to be sad by themselves. They want you to
They
be
wanted
sad.
you to be sad too.
That's
and I
why sometimes
refuse.
you have to change the people that are around you.
Yes. Yes.
And realize that not everybody wants you to move up. Not everybody wants you to be happy. Not everybody wants you to be successful.
Yes.
But the only person that's going to stop me from being me is me.
Exactly. And not everybody wants to see you level up. And not everyone is supposed to be there when you level up. Sometimes you got to trim some of the fat to get through the door.
I always say, you gotta look at. You gotta look at things in perspective. Look at those basketball players, those football players, and they make it, and they doing good, and they, got 50 people traveling with them, and then something happens, and you see them, like Allen Iverson. I've seen him walking in the mall by himself.
Because when times go bad, we're the 50 people.
Everybody's going.
Everybody's
there's a time
going.
when Allen Iverson would have like 100 people
Oh,
traveling
yeah.
behind him.
A lot of them back in the day. I think the younger ones are learning now. I saw what's his name? Wasn't Dwight Howard?
Well, you know what?
I can't think of his
And
name.
this got to be another show. Shouts out to Magic Johnson, because Magic Johnson is one of the few players that made the money and took his money and invested into other things and showed people
How
that
to do that. Yes, he did.
just because you have to use basketball as how to get to a certain level.
Right.
It's
right.
okay. I don't need it.
You don't need
You have to
it.
use basketball how to get to a certain level, and after you get there, spread your wings.
Right. He was one of the first that I remember doing that
I mean, I don't
with
know if
investing.
people know that, but he's the owner of Starbucks.
Yeah, several. Yeah. And I don't think he was one of the first that I remember. He opened when he started opening his movie theaters as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think he showed them. He sort of gave a little of the blueprint of what could be done. Because people often say, what football players and shout out to like a Michael Strahan from football, who you used to watch the Michael Strahan and the Giants. Now he's Good Morning America, and he's one of the he's transition. He's learning to do, and then you started seeing the basketball players and the football players become hosts on ESPN. So you're right, they have, but that's the plan.
They made the way.
They have a plan. Michael Jordan had a plan, as Dr. Krill said. Kobe had a plan. Shaq had a plan, right?
And all those guys, as you see them, they own businesses.
Yes.
Because they know that the money is not going to stay like that. So
Yes.
they invest their money into stuff.
And their body can't play that game for that sport for that long.
No. And when we, as people who don't have it as much, start investing into stuff, people don't want to support us.
Yes.
You have the choice between going to the black-owned business and going to the Chinese and the Korean
They're going to
business.
Chinese,
They
man.
go to the Chinese and
Asian man all
Korean
the
business because
time.
they're 3 or 4 cents cheaper. Does it make any sense? When that same Korean, I say this all the time. I have never seen a guy in a Chinese food store buying anything anywhere.
That's true.
Tell me
Asians
one
purchase
time
from
you see
themselves.
the guy in the Chinese food
Asian
store buying
purchase.
anything anywhere.
Asians purchase from themselves, but that's whole.
You don't see them
part of
buying
it.
nothing.
They buy, but they buy from their own. When Indians come here, they purchase, but they help their own build. And I've sat and spoken to someone from India saying that, this is how when you come, we take them in. You'll see them, give them a little car, put them in the home, and they build themselves back up. And as they build, they help the next one that's coming. We don't know how to do that. We don't.
Listen,
we are so
don't.
bad mind
In New York City, if you've been going to the same Chinese food store, you don't see the same person in there. You see them in there for a couple years, then either you see the kids start working in there and take over, and after the kids reach a certain age, you see someone else come in.
The kids working there.
The kids work. Then after the kids, you see someone else come in and start working there, and then those people move out. Why? Because financial wealth. They all gain that money, and they take their money and go open up something else and bring someone else into the business to take over from there.
Yes.
And
we don't do that as often. And that's what I was saying earlier. We need to learn how to do that because we don't want financial education. We always say that we do, but when it's time to sit at the table and learn, all of a sudden you don't see the brown faces.
No, you don't.
You don't hear the Caribbean accents. We don't want to learn. So, but hopefully in 2023, we, get some master classes going.
2023, everybody support black businesses, support each other. take care of each other, because at the end of the day, they're going to want to deport all of us.
I can't be deported. I can't. I was born here.
They're going to want to deport all of us.
I can't be deported.
They're going to like send them back to Africa.
That's what they will say. That's what they will say. That's what they will say. And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So we have to learn it. The thing is, we keep on saying we can't do certain things, and we have the power to do so much. So I just think we just, like Red said, we support each other. And don't look at the cost, because it takes a lot for a black-owned business to keep the lights on.
Real quick, I want to big up Chenna Music, okay? Chenna, much respect. Thank you for my 3 seconds of fame in your video. I do appreciate it. I saw myself and I tagged like 80 people on your post. So, so thank you, Chenna, for my 3 minutes of fame in your video, okay? Much respect, Chenna. Big up, big up.
Can I be the next video?
If you have not seen the video, his name is Chenna_music. Take a look on his page and you'll see me in his video, okay? You also see Lawrence in his video as well. So Chenna, big up.
Really, Chenna?
Now, Chenna, she's a bit jealous, and Candy's jealous that they're not inside your video. But I understand you started from the top, the best looking people, and then you're going to add everyone else later on. So thank you for my 3 minutes of fame, okay? And you did catch my good side as well. I do appreciate
Was your
that.
backside?
Nah. So big up Chenna Music.
Chenna.
Let me know when you need me for your next video shoot or something. I am available, all right?
And shout out to everyone who's tuned in. This is our last show for the year. It's been fun. It's been fun. We had a great time. We're looking forward to 2023. More guests, more music, more conversations. Yeah.
Tag, follow us.
Yes, make sure you. Yeah,
You know
so
what's talking to somebody up here?
you can hear.
Is he talking to somebody up here?
Can you not
Who's
hear?
he talking to?
Business.
Tell them all to come in here and say goodbye. It's our last show of the year. Tell them I said I'm inviting everybody in to say goodbye to our last show.
Hurry up.
Pastor too, everybody. Tell everybody come
So
say
yeah,
goodbye.
so as we said before, because we're closing, we can take over a few minutes. But I personally want to thank you, Reds, for inviting me to come and co-host with you. It's been a great experience. I know that we said we wanted to do this a long time ago, but you brought me to a space that I thought I would never walk into. That's the first thing. And I walk in here sometimes and forget that I wasn't supposed to, I didn't think I'd be here. So that's part of my journey, and I appreciate that. But it's been great. So that we look forward to having more great shows, having more great guests, and yeah. So we're saying bye.
We have some guests inside the building. Come on. This is my camera here. This is our last show for the year. This is the pastor.
Say bye to everyone. Tell me
Tell them who you are.
I am Apostle Wedland Seeley of Sanctuary's Presence Kingdom Ministry. It's such a privilege for me to be here.
Yeah, I was just going to say
with
that.
all of you. And at this time, I want to extend to you a triumphant 2023 to you and your entire family. Pastor Seeley.
But after that, who's
Sanctuary of His Presence Kingdom Ministries. I bring you greetings on behalf of my wife, co-pastor, Dr. Virginia Seeley, and the entire tiers of leadership from Sanctuary of His Presence. We are a blessed ministry, and I want you to know that our mantra is where God dwells and love lives. Sanctuary of His Presence, Kingdom Ministries.
Thank you, Pastor. I don't even want to talk after his voice.
Not at all. That was it.
I won't talk after that. His voice sounds so damn good.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Pastor.
Lawrence, you want to say something? It's our last show of the year. You want to tell everybody goodbye? It's the last show for 2022, man.
I'll do a Russell Simmons. Thank you for coming out. Good night. No, we give thanks as we close this year. We are grateful. You know, at the end of the year, we are able to say that we've stuck the landing. You know, we landed on our feet. We landed praising God. We landed doing it for Him. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has supported not just Caribbean Life TV, but Caribbean Life Radio, and who've been participating in the renewal of Caribbean Life Studios. And for all those that want to come out and rock with us, call Reds. But yeah, give us a call, 678-661-1819. Any day, anytime, we're here to serve you. So give us a call. Thank you for all your support and continued blessings in 2023.
Yes, yes, yes. All
Yeah, I
right.
heard you talk about Chinna music. The man is in the building, man. Chinna, come. He's the one who he put me in his big
I'm not
video.
putting him on mic. Turn the mic off. I'm not on the video.
She's not on the video. You could be on the next video.
Nah.
This is Chinna music.
I want to be on video after you.
Say goodbye to 2020.
Big up Reds, big up the whole CLTV family. Love and all for love, respect always. 2022 was awesome. We're going to bring it in stronger even 2023. So looking forward to a bright future, bright hope, and new beginnings. Yeah, man.
Okay, we got one more. Candy, you gotta come say
Come on.
goodbye.
Just come on my mic.
Either you come to me, I'll come to you. But you gotta say goodbye.
Take your pick.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on, you gotta get. Hold on, I gotta move. Can y'all see her? Oh my God, look at the mic. Your camera needs to be adjusted. Look
I
at
know
that.
why y'all
Tiptoe.
You guys know I don't like the camera, right?
So don't look at
It doesn't matter. It doesn't see you.
Don't use
It's
your
too
shoulder.
short. So sorry, I love you.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for always supporting us. Continue to support us into 2023. We have a lot of good things coming in. See you in 2023.
There you go. Can you tiptoe so they can see you a little bit? Like you're coming to me.
It's all good. And roll.
Oh my gosh, as I was saying before, I'm grateful, you know, it's been a long journey, but again, thank you to everyone who tunes in week after week. Make sure you share the live, tell your friends that Ro and Reds will be back on the 23rd. I'm sorry, in 2023, that's what, January 5th is the next show. 2023 we'll be back, more artists, more inspiration, great vibes. This is your girl RoSolo the Phoenix. Make sure you follow me, RoSolo_the_Phoenix. I'll be back in the studio with Reds next week. Y'all stay blessed and have a blessed and prosperous 2023.
I want to say thank you to everyone that's rocked with us the entire 2022. If you're not going to be with us in 2023, I do understand. Like they always say, not everybody who's on the ride with you is going to make it all the way to the end. So I do understand for those of you who aren't going to be with me anymore, it's cool. But those of you who are going to be rocking with me for next year, for 2023, hold on, because we're taking off.
Yeah.
All right. So as I always say in party, man, when you're doing what you love what you do. God bless you. Have a great end of the year, and I'll see you guys next year on this particular show, but I have another show to do before the year's over. So God bless you. Have a great week. All right.
All right, you guys stay blessed.
We're going to rock out to, let's see. We're going to
Don't
rock
make
out
us get cut off.
to Mr. Marley one more time. All right.
All right.
I got you, Ro.
Dream that dream, it's all a nightmare to me. All I know, I wouldn't sleep at night if I lived that life. I wanna live that dream. I run from police with the killers and thieves, and you don't live and ease that dream.
In the mix, DJ Reds.
Young 14-year-old shot with film 16. First year in neck pulse at the age of 15. First girl in breed was from the age of 16. And the first man was a girl where in name Christine. All I know I wouldn't sleep at night. Dream that dream. It's all a nightmare to me. All I know I wouldn't sleep at night if I live that life. No way they're coming after me. I wanna live that dream. Run from police with killers and thieves, and you don't live and ease that dream. Lost that boy can't find ease, and you ever with your peace till you rest in peace. That dream. Drummers alongside the Bashment, and yo, Bashment, I was a mixer, you know. Guess who's coming up? Fresh off of the road, just one down road, no more will I roam. Guess who's coming up?